Wait, it says you are live. So I don't know if we're live or if we're not live, but we shall see. Let's see. But I don't know how this thing works. Oh, well, this says live. All right. Oh, yeah, we're live, y'all. We are live.
Awesome. Hello, hello. Yes.
Girl, we are
Yay,
live.
success.
Yes, yes, yes. Y'all ready to party? Y'all
Yes.
ready
Yes.
to party? Wait a
Yeah.
few minutes and see. I know it might be a delay with people coming in. So, um, yeah, this is going to be a little interesting. I like as you can see. Well, all y'all know I like trying new stuff.
Mhm.
I go differently than everything that I've ever done. So this should be fun. Mm. This is one of the swag, y'all, that I'm going to be giving away.
Ah,
I have
nice.
that one, and I have this one, which is the colors of the book. I don't know if you can see it,
Yes.
Yeah.
but we will be doing that. So let's see. Let's see. How's everybody's Roxanne and Nicole? How's your kids? Everybody doing okay? Everybody
Yes.
Mhm.
It's busy,
okay?
but yeah, it's the end of the school year, so everything's wrapping up, but good.
Oh
Mhm.
gosh,
Right,
yeah,
let's
it's
see.
the time of year.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Yes, yes.
Mhm. Okay. Oh, Sherry Stein. It says it's that we're live and she's ready to party. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. At least I can see. I don't know. Sherry, are you on Facebook or on YouTube? I think you're on YouTube, most likely. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. 6:59. So we'll give them YouTube. Okay, cool. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad that it's working. I leave it to Sherry to let me know if everything's working. So
Mhm.
I'm glad. It looks like it's on Facebook too. So hopefully we'll see a few people. If not, we just keep it moving
Yes.
Mhm.
and everything. Um, Dr. Swiner, how's it looking right now with the numbers? Have you had a chance to check lately?
I've been checking every 5 minutes all day long, and Amazon is taking its sweet time, so we are at their mercy. And
Oh, okay.
this is not atypical. Amazon sometimes will take its time with calculations and algorithms, and depending on
Weird things
when it
like that.
sees right the biggest influx of sales all at once, you know. So
Mhm.
we'll
Okay.
keep checking. It may be late tonight or maybe even in the morning, but as soon as I
Okay.
see the numbers pop up, I'll let you know. I'm optimistic. You've been doing a great job.
Great
You've been pushing
stuff.
today.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Girl, I've never worked so hard before.
It's a lot, right? It's a lot.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And I just, and I'm like, and I'm not really a pushy salesperson, so it really tested my stuff. So looks
Yeah.
like we got a few people coming on, so we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, hello, hello. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, welcome to the virtual launch party for Creative Sparks 21
Yeah.
Affirmations and Inspiration.
Woo! Let's show my book. Yeah.
Yes, show your little
Yes.
book. I just
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
welcome you to the party. I got some party people here. And just, if you're in the chat or anything, feel free to just let us know who you are or at least where you're viewing from. And I appreciate y'all's support. I have to admit, it's been quite a day and it's been beautiful. Oh, Edie, yes, Soror, how you doing, girl? Edie was one of my beta readers. And so,
Ah.
a lot of support, a lot of support. Just want to thank all of my beta readers, all that. I'm going to do all that in a minute, but just want to welcome you to the party. I was going to have put some music on, but I said, well, this has been a long day, and I'm at midlife. So, but one of my songs I was going to play was what is it? The Gap Band, Party Train, because that's just like that. But anyway, we're gonna party just without it. I got my author T-shirt on. I am now a published author. I am just so elated.
Yay!
So yes. All right. Letitia, hey girl, North Carolina. Yes, Dr. Sandra Wilson, who is my cousin. Tina, yes, the sorors are coming out. Angelique, all right. Thank you.
Nice.
You're from Facebook, my Facebook people. I got North Carolina and the DC area, so just want to give y'all love. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get started. I am Sharon Burton. I am the CEO and of Spark Your Creative Coaching, and this is my very first book, Creative Sparks, 21 Affirmations and Inspiration for Creativity at Midlife, and leave it to me to do a long title. But anyway, just want to thank you and welcome y'all to our virtual launch party tonight. I just want to introduce the people that are going to be sharing a little bit this evening. First of all, I just want to give props and love to Dr. C. Nicole Swiner of Swiner Publishing. Yes, my Durham girl. She has just been one of the best people to work with on this publishing journey. We have a lot of fun every morning. She's early morning with me on Instagram. So she is just hilarious, but she's also been so patient with me. I started this writing journey in 2018, signed with her in 21, and as a VC, we're 24. But she's been so patient, her and her husband, Rick Swiner. Rick, if you're out there, big props to you. She will be sharing a little bit in just a second. I also have Gretchen Miller, who is an artist and art therapist, and she's one of the artists that's showcased in the book. And she'll be sharing a little bit in a few. And of course, Roxanne Bradley Tate. I love her to death as well. Roxanne is the talented person who actually designed my cover for me. Yes. So we've been working together for a few years on a variety of things, and so just happy to have you here. Let's get started with Dr. Swiner of Swiner Publishing. If you just want to just share a few words and the journey and about your company and how you work with authors.
Absolutely. Well, again, shout out to you. This day, night moment is all about you. And I'm very, very, very proud of you, because I know I made you do some things that you never wanted to do and hated doing, but you did it. You had a vision. You were going to get this book out. No, so proud of you. Rick and I are so happy that you chose us to help you get this vision out to the world. We got it done and in its own time, so this is a testament to others who have a vision, have a book, have something that they want to share with the world. You get to create your own timeline. There's no perfect moment. It's never too late. Like you're going to mention on some of your merchandise, it's never too late to get that vision out. So you can make it work. So thank you again for choosing us to help you. You led the way, and we just, tried to materialize the thoughts in your mind and put the pieces together. So I'm very happy about that. As you said, we're here in Durham, North Carolina, and we're trying to pull you over to the North Carolina side of life.
We're counting it down. We're counting down the years.
Eventually.
We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. We'll see. But no, we're here based in Durham, North Carolina, where we're raising our family of 4. We have 2 girls who, like Miss Sharon, love art, and we try to keep them creative. And so we love that the journey continues forever. You can continue being creative in whatever ways you want to be creative for forever, for throughout your entire life, and it can take on different phases and different ways to create and share that with the world. Long story short, again, because this is about Miss Sharon, um, we are a company, I'm the owner and runner of the company, but my husband is probably the main independent contractor I work with in terms of putting the pieces together of your book. So if you come to us and say, I have this book idea, I've, written, I think Letitia, one of our other authors, is here. There she is. She said, come on down.
Yeah, I know, girl. I know.
Yeah, yeah, for a couple of years, we've been just helping people put the pieces together. So they come with us or come to us either with a manuscript that's already done, or they're starting from page 1, and we just walk them through the steps. Once you get to the point where you're ready to edit, put your book cover together, get it uploaded, we grab those people that help have that expertise and put the team together to help you get to the finish line. And then you get to this day, which is your bestsellers campaign and your launch day, and we cheer you on. But we are a company that can help you get it out. We're more of a publishing consulting company, meaning you run the train. You are, the chief of all of this, and you keep all the content and the ownership of everything for yourself. We take no revenue and no ownership of anything that you create and produce and put out to the world. We just help you, a little bit with my medicine background. I help you birth this baby and deliver it to the world, and then you go on with your happy life. So let us know if you ever need our help. We're down to help wherever we can fit in and get this dream popping for you. But tonight is about Miss Sharon. You all go, please download multiple ebooks. I know for some it's like, well, why do the ebook and the printed? There's a method to the madness. I've kind of learned I've learned the way that Amazon works with this algorithm. And if we launch the ebook first, we support the ebook, we buy 10 copies of the ebook and email them to our friends. That helps with driving up the numbers, and we make the bestsellers list. So that's why we do the ebook first. And then in a little bit, whenever Miss Sharon says go, then we'll release the printed, and you'll go and get many copies of the printed as well and share those with your friends and family. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm actually probably going to post the link here in your comments so people can see it here live too. But keep purchasing, keep sharing. And Miss Sharon, we're so proud of you. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. And, just one last note, because, I'm always joking with Doc Swiner. And for one thing, it's like she knows that I get kind of like, and then she just quietly ignores certain things that when I get into my and then I'm like, okay, I'm overdoing it. Okay. But she also is the first person that actually got me out of the country. She does a wonderful trip to Cabo every February. And I have never been out of the country until last February. In 23, and I was so interested in how they were moving at Cabo. I got on a plane and went on out there by myself, but I actually had a great time. So, Doc Swiner is just, has all kinds of things going on, has really become a good friend, member of the Divine Nine, Delta, Sigma Theta, for those of you that are that camp. So, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm Alpha Kappa Alpha. So, but we love y'all. I love Letitia. Yes. I love all y'all. And Angelique. I love everybody. So
it's all love.
It's all love and, Greek unity. And that's how it's supposed to be. So just thank you so much, Doc Swiner, again, for your and if you need to leave, that's fine. Hopefully you'll be able to join us.
I'll stick around for a little bit, but yes, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. We're very proud.
Thank you for your help. All right. Well, I thought before we got into our interviews tonight, I wanted to read a little bit from the book, just to give people a little bit of background of what this book is about. And so I'm going to read from, and those of you that know me, even with the upcoming book signings and stuff, I'm doing everything very differently. I'm not one to just do a little reading and sign books and go home. I'm more of program. I'm more about sharing. I'm more about conversation. So I am going to read tonight, but that's not typical of how I do things. But I thought it would be helpful, especially for those of you that may not have gotten the book yet, or if you did purchase it and maybe just want to get a little background about why I did this. So I'm going to be reading from the introduction. This is so weird to read from your own book. On page 20 about this book, and hopefully that will help those of you that are listening. Many artists and creatives are highly sensitive beings and often hard on themselves. The artists and creatives I have worked with through the years all have a few things in common. 1, a feeling that their work is never good enough. 2, there are some lingering self-messaging that may affect or threaten to affect how they reach their creative potential. And 3, validity by the outside world is something they feel will hopefully deal with many of the challenges that they face with their creative work. I decided that sharing my experiences with something as simple as affirmations may help other creative people move past some common artistic blocks to make and share their best work in the world. This book is designed to focus on how developing affirmations to deal with common barriers to creativity can benefit you. The intention of this book is to serve as a guide to help you remember your personal power as a creative, especially one who is rediscovering or discovering your creative interests later in life, or after experiencing life without or with little involvement in creative expression. Each chapter will present a concept or a common creative block that may affect the creative flow for many of us. It will be accompanied by an affirmation that can help you move through the problem or refocus the situation in a more positive way. The chapter will explore what the problem is about, how it may affect you creatively, and some tips from other creatives like you who have handled the situation for themselves. And I have 2 of them here with me tonight. There's guidance on how to move through the challenge with exercises at the end to help you not only address the issue, but also to create your own affirmations to address it for yourself. Please note a few things about this book. 1, my definition of creatives is fairly broad, but I'm referring to people in creative fields that include musicians, singers, dancers, sewers, knitters, crocheters. I don't know if I said that right. Visual artists, writers, actors, crafters, makers, chefs, hairstylists, as well as graphic and fashion designers, disc jockeys, architects, marketing, etc. If you consider yourself to be creative based on what you do and love, claim it. Positive self-affirmations are only one set of tools that can help you through a creative rut. Affirmations by themselves, without pairing with other interventions, such as good nutrition, therapy, sleep, stress management, journaling, physical exercise, etc., will not be the end-all solution to what is allowing your creative block. Some creative blocks may be the result of mental health issues that may need to be addressed. Seeking professional services of a psychologist, psychiatrist, social worker, or other professionally licensed mental health service provider may be needed to delve deeper into issues that might be keeping you from showing up fully as the creative individual you are meant to be. I am not advocating a simple love and light, all rainbows and sunshine kind of statement to deal with issues that can really drain us as artists and creatives. It takes time, discipline, inspiration, and other interventions to move forward with our creative flow. A simple statement cannot magically change things overnight. However, it has been demonstrated through several studies that a commitment to changing negative views about ourselves and our creative blocks that we are facing can be very helpful in many ways. May this book serve as a tool to help you on days that your creative flow is not moving in the direction you need, or when a situation or circumstance causes doubt in your creative talents, inspiration, or process. The muse inside you can be your ally and help to guide you in changing negative thoughts to positive to support your creativity. So that's what this book was about. Um, and, I think it's always important because, there's so many things that can affect us. But my purpose for the book was really as a love letter to Gen X. All right, Gen X, holler at me if you hear. But hello. We have a unique presence in society that, a lot of us came up, I graduated from high school in 1980, but, during that time, there wasn't as much emphasis on living creatively and pursuing creative things. And talking to a lot of people in my age group and older, they talk about how a lot of people were kind of derailed from trying to pursue a creative life or wasn't encouraged to do that because, artists don't make money. What you going to do with that degree? Blah, blah, blah. And so a lot of us ended up folding ourselves into corporate America, government, a lot of different things. And although a lot of us have done well with those things, we've had to suppress our own creativity as a process in the process. And, now we are at a point where, the creative is really, celebrated, and I think social media had a lot to do with that. And, a lot of us in that are Gen Xers and some boomers, we're kind of like, okay, I want to go back to that. But, we still have a lot of those messages that we're trying to, kind of move through. And so this book was really something I needed when I started going back into my creative practice as an artist. I doubted myself as an artist. I didn't want to go back to studio art classes. I thought I'd be the oldest one in there. And, it was just all this other stuff. And I needed probably more, just some encouragement. And so in talking to a lot of my clients and a lot of presentations, my teaching artist hat where I'm working with groups, I'm seeing some things where people are still trying to find their footing with that and feel comfortable. I shared this at a presentation recently. I'm in this group that was dealing with, like investments and that sort of thing. And then I shared with them that I was getting ready to drop this book. And on my way out, this woman who's an attorney came to me and she was like, I think this is great that you're, doing this book. And, she's around my age. She said, I'm writing she kind of whispered, I'm writing mystery novel or something like that. And it just sort of underscored to me, we're still kind of on the low with it, and it's sort of like, shine, be who you are, I have a banner on my Facebook page that says, when someone tells you to, restrict yourself, just expand. And that's how I am, and it doesn't always, work well for everybody, but that's who I am. So, this is part of my expansion. And my thing is, it's about sharing that expansion and encouraging people to be who they are as a creative person. And to say, you don't have the teachers or whoever that told you you shouldn't be doing that now. Do it. It's not always about, well, I'm not talented enough. It's about it's about your purpose, and just do it. You don't have to be a Picasso or a Beyonce, although we would love to have that and their money. But, I think it's important to really exercise your, creative passions. So that's what I'm about, is about giving people and letting people know, give yourself permission to be who you are. So having said that, and if you haven't bought that book yet, y'all, come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Um, One of the reasons I invited Gretchen and Roxanne here, Gretchen is one of the artists I interviewed, and in each chapter there are some testimonies that I include from the artists that were there. Few folks are Sherry Stein, who is my twin sister, and she is also the first author in our immediate family. She's got 2 books ahead of me, but been an inspiration, and she is a wonderful interior designer, wellness professional, yoga teacher, but also a doll and watercolor artist.
Wow.
So yes,
Wow. Nice.
yeah, we both grew up with the whole artist thing. So she's also in the book. I don't know if anybody else from the book is with us tonight, but I just wanted to give a shout out to her. But I interviewed a lot of artists, musicians, poets, writers, and just said, hey, do you want to be a part of this book? And can you give some advice on, living life as a midlife creative person and juggling some of the things? So I thought I would interview, or just sort of kind of have a brief discussion with both Gretchen and Roxanne. Roxanne, for those of you that are just joining, also is the designer for our cover for the book, the design for the cover of Creative Sparks, and I've known her for quite some time, and she is just an excellent illustrator and designer. So I'm just going to ask a few questions of both of you. Gretchen is a renowned art therapist and artist. And matter of fact, I'm kind of returning the favor to her because I was in her book that she published. What was it?
I think a couple years, or was it last year or the year before?
I think it was 22.
Yeah, 2022, maybe. Yeah, it was on virtual. It's called Virtual Art Therapy. It was edited by an art therapist, and I had a chapter in that book. And Sharon, yes, you were your artist trading card.
My artwork ended up in there.
Yeah,
we're in a lot of books. I was just thinking about it. Yeah. But that's right. That's all right, because my next book is going to have my art and poetry, so that's going to be personal. That's
nice.
Going to be personal. But anyway, let's start with you, Gretchen. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, so people can kind of get a sense of how you move artistically.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for inviting me to celebrate with this party, and I'm so happy and excited for you. I know you worked so very hard on this, so it's an honor and such a pleasure to be here. And I'm Gretchen Miller. I'm an art therapist, and I practice in the Cleveland, Ohio area, and I've been practicing for a little over 20 years, I think 25. When I was doing the math the other day, I was like, whoa, that's like insane. Like, that's like,
that feeling.
Wow, like, how did that happen? But I predominantly have worked with youth and adults that are managing traumatic stress or trauma. And currently I work with veterans and using virtual art therapy and remote sort of art therapy to do that. And on the artist end of things, I really appreciate and enjoy digital community and the internet. I know, Sharon, you had mentioned about social media, like maybe that impact that sort of had on I feel like, the internet was sort of in its like baby stages, like publicly. I know when I was in college, like it was kind of just starting to be like used in a more mass sort of way. And I definitely very much appreciate the connection and the creativity and the community that social media can bring. So doing mail exchanges or creative projects online or connecting with people online, which actually it's Sharon and I, that's how we sort of initially met, was through an event that was kind of advertised sort of online, but we met sort of in person. But I kind of had that connection initially, sort of digitally. So yeah, my creative practice and art very much includes that digital kind of world, I feel like. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. You have a practice in art therapy,
Mhm.
and you also have your own personal art
Mhm.
practice.
Mhm.
And your art therapy can, we're living in times where, art therapy has gotten to be much more, have a higher profile, but it's
Mhm.
also, it can be a fairly stressful time to
Mhm.
work through, and working with different people. How have
Mhm.
you been able to balance both, keeping your own practice going and also
Mhm.
working in what can be a demanding field?
Yeah, I think that self care and nurturance is so important, but then also community care as well, and that support and nurturance, from things outside of just you, so you're not feeling sort of isolated or alone, or only one kind of struggling with this or sort of that. And
Mhm.
doing my own art, and engaging in that, whether it's something very I don't know, like structured, like a project, an art, sort of endeavor that I want to kind of create, or just kind of doing like doodles and lines and just like being mindful and taking a break, sort of in that moment, is so essential for that balance of work and life and personal, and just the complexities of what's going on, sort of in life, in the world, and to be able to connect to others that also can support that, I think is really, and I can learn from, is really valuable.
It's interesting because you talked about several things, self-care and
Mhm.
connection with others. And both of those topics are in this book.
Mhm.
I talk about the importance of creating community and connecting with other
Mhm.
like-minded people to help balance,
Mhm.
and of course self-care. So appreciate
Mhm.
that.
Oh, no, yeah, no, that's why I follow you as well. I mean, you're definitely part of that, sort of network and sort of support,
Yeah.
following you, and, your creative energy and, affirmation, that you put out, and like what you had said when reading in the introduction, it's not all about like rainbows and kind of sunshine and all of that. It's being real, but it's also being affirming to one another, also, and motivating and encouraging. And I definitely
I
feel
appreciate that.
that out there from you. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
I've known Gretchen. We were trying to figure out the
Yeah.
year. I think it
Yeah.
was, I want to say it was 2016.
Yeah.
Because
Around that. Yeah.
yeah, we went to a expressive art therapy conference
Mhm.
in Arlington,
Mhm.
Virginia, not far from where I live. And it's funny how we just stay connected ever since. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was awesome to kind of meet you in person and connect with
yeah,
you in person. One of my favorite things to experience. I remember, kind of when you walked in the door, into the workshop, and I was like, that small world in such a big sort of place as
It's what I
well.
call a soul family when it's finding soul
Oh, yeah,
family
yeah,
members.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So grateful.
All right, Roxanne. Roxanne, you are, holding it down with your own company and as a freelancer and, work with a lot of different clients for your graphic design work, which you are phenomenal. You did a great job on that book cover with your talents. Um, but you also hold it down as a mom. You have two young people that are under 10. And, that has to be quite a juggle, but you still maintain not only, your own work, but also your own personal practice. Tell us a little bit about how you do that.
Mhm. Well, first, I'll start off by saying thank you very much for having me. I'm extremely happy and honored to be here. I have watched your journey and thank you for the opportunity to just let me participate. It was an honor. Um, I'll say this too before I get into my little spiel about motherhood and creativity. I read the excerpt from your book and it resonated with so many like aspects of my life. And those are my dream clients. When I get the opportunity to actually work on something that I'm passionate about and that I love. So I live affirmations. They're a very
Yeah.
big part of my life. And then just creativity has been my life. My mom was an artist and a commercial artist is what they called it back in the day before it was called graphic design. So my whole life has been creativity. So thank you for the opportunity to allow me to contribute to the cover design. It was an honor. So, on to motherhood. I became a mom in my early to mid 40s. So, that's been an interesting experience as well. So, I am the mother of a 4 year old and a 6 year old. I had them at 42 and 44. So, that's usually a time of life when people are kind of mid career, they're moving into management. And I had to stop in ways and kind of restructure my creative practice around little lies, which was all new to me as well. So I would say in the beginning, I fought really hard to just craft a space for me just for me. Babies, husband, home, all important. But I had to have a space for me, even if it was on the kitchen table.
Mm.
I showed Sharon this too. I literally like would hang things on the back of the door and I would draw because they were too little to reach that. So I would draw on the back of the door. I would do what I could to have my moment and my time. And honestly, some of those pieces, I look back on them now, the amount of focus. And I will say, I had the benefit, they were infants, so they slept a lot. So take advantage of that phase. It's a
Mhm.
very important phase when they just kind of eat, sleep a lot. So it's some of my best work. And I look back and I was like, wow, the amount of detail and focus I was able to execute. And now they're different. They like to play in my art supplies. They like to see what mommy's creating. So I've had to shift. Now my work is more digital. And I would just say, stay open to your
Mm.
now. Don't
Mm.
don't allow circumstances to kind of like lock you down or pigeonhole you or put you in a corner and make you feel like you can't. Just find find ways. There's always a way, even if you have to make shifts in your creative practice. I feel like you're still creating, you're still growing, you're still exploring. So that's just a huge part of my journey. And to be totally honest, it changes all the time. And I think
Yes.
I've just become just open. I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster ride and I just keep my hands up. And I
I love
go away,
it.
but I'm going with the flow, the ups, the downs, the loop de
Mhm.
loops. My creativity will be a constant
Mhm.
stream. So, and I will say also, I'm fortunate that I like graphic design. I enjoy illustration. I also
Mhm.
enjoy like more conventional art as far as like botanical drawing. So I have those three to kind of play with. And as life happens, I dip in the ponds.
Mm.
That's been I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you also mentioned a few things, which is in the book, and that's why I love this, because you talk about you know, scheduling time. You know, there's always a lot of people tell, well, I don't have time to do. You know, here you are juggling two children and your own business and everything else, and you still make time. So, you know, when you decide it's going to be a priority, you make the time. You know, the other piece that you talked about was space, and I have a chapter that talks about that, because when I first started going back to art, that was before I bought my condo, and I had a 1 bedroom apartment, and I would use my dining table for my art. You know, that was my where I ate, and that's where I worked, and that's where I created art. And now I'm fortunate to have a separate room to do that. But you know, to talk about creating on a door, you know, it's kind of interesting. But you know, that was, I think that's important. But I do talk about that in the book. And Sherry Stein, my twin sister, also, you know, allowed me to contribute some information from her book on feel good spaces, you know, about, you know, creating a space and finding a space that works for you, based on what your needs are, and a variety of different things. So that's in the book. That's in the book too. So I appreciate you mentioning that. Um, I guess to kind of wrap up this conversation, if there's somebody that's listening, if not tonight, but just hit the replay and listening, and you know, maybe they want to become an author, maybe they want to be, you know, a visual artist, or they want to be a musician or a dancer or whatever, and you know, they're at a point in their lives where, you know, they're dealing with empty nest syndrome or retirement and all that, and maybe have a little bit trepidation or fear about doing that. What would be your advice? I'll start with Gretchen, Roxanne.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel to echo what Roxanne was sharing about, just kind of putting yourself out there and just like doing it, and even if you don't sort of have a kind of a linear kind of path, because I feel like nothing's linear. That roller coaster sort of metaphor, I think, is great, to just kind of dive in and jump in and kind of see what happens. I feel that when you put that out into the world, I don't know, the pieces start to kind of find their way to you. But you've got to like also kind of, it's not going to just knock on your door, and be like, hey, do you want to do this? Like, to kind of put your, sort of creative ideas and visions and aspirations out there. And have found doing art sort of about that can be helpful. I know a lot of people do vision boards or collages, but it can be as simple as something on like an index card size, or an artist trading card, 3 by
Mhm.
4 image that I don't know, that you envision sort of what you want to see sort of happen, to help kind of manifest sort of that, and remind yourself like, this is something I want to kind of really bring into my life, and also put energy into the world, as well, just like your book. That was something that you had such a kind of passion and desire to do, but from that, you're giving this to the world, as well, and all of us. So yeah, so I'd say, I don't know, it's hard when there's fear, but just kind
It
of,
is.
yeah, just to do that and get support, from others that really can cheerlead or champion or be supports for you. and don't
Awesome.
listen to the naysayers.
Yes.
Yeah, or the haters. Yeah, definitely. No.
I have a chapter about the haters too. So
Yeah.
y'all are
Yeah.
just like on it with this. How about you, Roxanne? Thank you, Gretchen.
Oh, you're
Yes.
welcome.
I totally 100% agree with Gretchen. Just make the leap. You do it if it's wobbly, you do it if it's shaky, you keep moving, you keep pushing forward. In addition, something that has been so helpful to me is finding community. And if you can't find it, create it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been so fortunate. I have accountability groups. I said that would probably be the most consistent influence on me during those times when I lost focus, I got busy, I didn't have the inspiration, just to see someone in my accountability group. And I would say the strongest ones I've had so far are the ones where we're in similar situations. So I'm in a group with moms who want to illustrate children's books. And I'm growing as an illustrator. I'm kind of building that muscle. And I find so much just comfort in sharing, being vulnerable, the things that I'm struggling with. We share our work, we get feedback on our work. We sometimes we just talk about life and oh my God, I can't believe how many times the kids are out of school. That is all part of it because that affects how we create. So for me, community has been everything. And then sometimes I have communities that we're not creative at all. And we're just trying to grow and develop our businesses, maybe. But all of those experiences have just definitely helped me know that I'm not alone, especially as a freelancer who works from home. That lets me know that there's support outside of my family, my friends, my inner circle. That there's a really strong, healthy, creative community of people who are willing to cheer you on, give you advice, share resources. It's just unlimited. And I would say in the past, like 6, 7 years that I haven't been in corporate America, that's where my biggest leaps and bounds and those quantum leaps, those huge ones have come from, is from community.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So important.
It is.
And again, in the book, we talk about, seeking community and connecting with community. Thank you, ladies, for your participation tonight and sharing. And I did, something led me to also mention a few of the topics to include grief. One of the things, we're all grieving this post-COVID life. But I also know, a lot of people have lost dear, close people to their lives. Whether you're grieving anywhere from, life pre-COVID to dealing with divorce or the death of a loved one and those types of things that can block you. And we're at that age where we're, kind of in that sandwich generation where we're dealing with our kids and, elderly parents and caregiving. Of us have dealt with that. So I have a chapter on that too. So, try to cover the gamut and also social justice issues. A lot of people are feeling, there's so much going on right now and how your creativity and your art can help you not only express yourself, but maybe even work on some of those issues that you care, whether it's in your community or globally. So just wanted, something told me to say that. So Letitia put in the chat on the Facebook side and a link to the Amazon link. And as Doc Swiner mentioned earlier, feel free, please, 99 cents for the ebook. It will help put us on the Amazon bestseller track. You can purchase several for maybe some friends that are artists or creatives in your life. Would love for you to do that, and you can send it on to them. So yeah, now we're on to the fun stuff. We're going to do a couple giveaways.
Yes, exciting.
Nice.
Now, if you're in the book, you can't participate. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
we're gonna start with the first thing, and I am going to be giving away a signed copy of the hardcover of Great.
Oh.
So I am thinking of a number between 1 and 10. And I'd like the first person that has a number in mind to put it in. And if you hit the number, or if you're at least 2 numbers away from what I'm thinking about, I will do that. I will choose you. Okay, Letitia says 7. Okay, Sandra says 3. Edie, 8. Okay. Any other number, y'all?
I'd rather 7. Looks like
Oh, Angelique.
5.
All right, Angelique got it. Angelique got. Oh no, Renee got it. Renee got it. She's got the number right on the head. Renee Sanders. Renee, DM me so I can get your address. I can get this book to you. Renee Sandel got the book. She's got the book. It was
Awesome.
4 was the number I was thinking about. So congratulations, Renee. Hello. You get the signed copy. So DM me. I think we're friends on Facebook. Or if you can, yes, Renee. I'm so glad to see you tonight too. She's a wonderful visual artist. So just wanted to give love to that. All right. So we're going to do the next giveaway. This is, I don't know if you all can see that. Can you see the?
Mhm.
All right. It's never too late to be creative. And this is part of the swag I'm going to start selling, and it's going to be at some of my book signings and all kinds of stuff. So let's see. I'm thinking of okay. All right, let's do another number. We're going to do another number between 1 and 10. Go. Put the number in, whatever you think that I'm thinking of. And if you're at least 1 away or you hit it on the nose, you get the nug. 2. Sandra. Okay. Hey, Sandra Smith. Okay, Sandra Wilson. Okay. Anybody else? It looks like Sandra Schmidt gets it. My number was 8. Go ahead, Sandra.
Yeah.
Email me your address, Sharon@sparkyourcreative.com, and we'll get that mug to you. Well, no, Sandra, you already got it now. Right? Got it. Edie, you're a little late, but Sandra Smith got it. My number was the number was 8. So okay, yeah, Sandra, just email me your address, or if you are I know, Edie. I got one more though for you. Sandra, if you're going to the Artworks Now event next Monday, I can give it to you then. If not, just email me your address. All right, one more. We're going to give away the mug that I've been, not this particular mug, but you'll get a mug like this, which is It's Never Too Late to Be Creative in black and white. All right.
Nice.
I'm going to look at a, all right, the number thing seems to work. Okay. Thank you, Sandra. I will look for that. Let's see. We're going to do a number between 6 and 12. 6 and 12. Go. What number y'all want to put in? You can get that. Okay. Oh, Leslie. Okay. Renee, Letitia. Any other people? Any other number you want to put in? You only got to you have to only do it once though. Can't do it twice. Okay, Sandra. All right, Leslie. It looks like you got it. Leslie, I'm
first one. That was the very first one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was thinking 12. 12 is
Nice.
12 is my birthday day, June 12th.
Ah, coming up. Yeah.
Leslie Amati, if you can email me at I'm going to put my email on here. Thank y'all for playing. It looked like a great variety of people sparked there. I'm going to put my email in here. I just want to, we're just going to wrap it up. I didn't want to keep everybody too long. It's been quite a day for me. It's been quite a day for everyone. Please, you know, I appreciate your support. The ebook is 99 cents until midnight tonight. So please get on Amazon and buy a few. Let's see if we can get to Amazon bestseller. And if we don't, I appreciate your supporting either way. I got my author t-shirt on. We partied. We gave away stuff. We listened to some folk. We talk about, oh, thank you. Oh, okay, Leslie. All right. I really appreciate so much of the support today from a variety of different people. And just want to let you know that I have some book signings coming up. I have one coming up on June 2nd. That's in the Washington, D.C. area. That will be at the Ivy Youth and Family Center in Camp Springs, Maryland, which is right outside of Temple Hills. That will be a fundraiser for the Ivy community charities of Prince George's County, which provides a lot of human services and support for families in Prince George's County, and it's connected with my sorority chapter, Iota Gamma Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So it will be a fundraiser. We will have signed books for folks, and we are going to have a panel where we're going to really get into creating at Midlife and beyond. And Dr. Sandra Wilson, who is participating tonight, is going to be one of the speakers. And I will also have Sandra Davis. I don't know if she's on here today or not. She is the national president of Women's Caucus for Art, who will be on that panel. And we have a few other folks that will be joining us. So I hope that if you're in the area, that you'll be able to come. That will be my first book signing from on June 2nd from 2 to 4. I will also have one on June 27th in the Washington, D.C. area at Ada Rose Gallery in Kensington, Maryland. And we will have some speakers, a couple folks that are in the book that will be participating in that. I will be at PJ's Coffee. Those of you that are in the DC area, and particularly in Bowie, we're going to do an event there in September. I'm coming to Durham, North Carolina, at the end of September. And then I will be in Georgia, St. Simon's Island, Georgia, in October. And there will probably be other things popping up. So would love your support, those events. We may do something else virtually. I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe doing some things virtually. So we'll see. Thank you so much, all of you, those that participated tonight, as well as those that bought the book, the ebook tonight. And that's it. Any closing remarks, Roxanne and Gretchen, that you'd like to share?
Oh, just congrats again, and so excited and proud of you. And Oh, yes. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah.
And thank you both. And also Doc Swiner, in her absence, thank you for your support and for being here tonight. Letitia, and all of you that's been in the chat tonight, that's participated, thank you for your support. You all have been great. And I look forward to doing more of these. And thank you so much. I'm really touched. I will say this today in closing. I never I wanted to be an author, but I never thought I would actually do it. And it was funny. I was looking at a picture of myself when I was 10 or 12 this morning, and I found myself crying because I was like, wow, you did this. You did this, and I, you know, was talking to her and saying, you've been through a lot, but you got this done. And, congratulations. So, always give yourself kudos and love, and also reward yourself for anything that you do creatively. I will be doing that. I'm trying to get myself trying to plan a trip soon for myself as a way of saying that. But we talk about that in the book. All right. Thank you so much. You all have a great evening, and stay creative, y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.